Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Sedona Psychics podcast here in Sedona, Arizona. And today I have a very interesting episode for you guys. We are going to be getting into the relationship and the cohesiveness of Crystal Magic, the store, and Crystal Magic Psychic Center, which is so nicely placed in the same parking lot for all your needs. So you guys can get psychic readings or photos and go next door and get all the crystals to get everything else going in your life. So I have today with me, I have AJ. He is the general manager, also the son of Larry, who owns Crystal Magic altogether. Say hi to the people, AJ.
Hello, hello, hello.
So again, today we're going to kind of get into the story, the background of how all of this became what it is today. And I don't think people really realize that at times, like the cohesiveness that we have as two family businesses. And it just works so well. And we've actually have gotten compliments from people of like the energy between the buildings of like, wow, now I know why I turned around. So to kind of get this started a little bit, I'm going to give like the background on the psychic center side, and then we'll kind of get into the store and everything as well too. So about 7 years ago, my mom, Winter, the owner of the psychic center part of it, she started actually out in this room doing readings and aura photos by herself, and then she slowly got people, you know,
Made a name for herself.
yeah, she did. And she still has clients from that beginning, which is really cool. And then also my sister, Molly, who you guys have seen on the podcast as well, she was actually working for Crystal Magic at the time and asked the owner if she was able to, obviously use this room for readings and things like that. And then the building next door ended up becoming available. So one thing after another, everything kind of expanded to where it is now, which is really cool, really cool. Um, Tell me a little bit about the history of Crystal Magic. I know you guys have been in business for, well, I want to say it's close to 40
Yep,
years.
40 years.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, Crystal Magic is a name in Sedona, y'all. Like everybody knows Crystal Magic in Sedona. So tell me a little bit of the background. I know your grandfather, was he the one who originally started this, or was that even before him?
Yep, it was Larry Sr.,
Okay.
my grandpa, and he started it in the 80s. And to give you like the abridged history, because it's kind of crazy, it started off as a general New Age store, but the main crux of it was selling crystal singing bowls.
Okay.
And my dad and his dad were one of the first vendors of for singing bowls in North America.
Really?
And
I had no idea,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah, it's really cool. There was somebody doing their PhD at like Cornell or something he's doing the history of crystals and balls in North America, and he got my dad's information, and he called us, and they had like a whole hour-long chat about it, like the history and who was involved and when it got started.
Oh, wow.
So that's where it was, and they were selling Birkenstocks really early on too. There was a juice bar in here.
Was there? Wow.
A natural juice bar. This was back when Sedona was a dirt road.
Yeah.
You don't know so much here. But it was the psychic center at that time was Oak Creek Glass, I remember right. So that's what the building was.
Uh-huh.
And my dad and his dad were working together, and then my dad moved back to Florida and had me and my sister in the 90s, and then was striking it out on his own, building closets and bathrooms and carpentry.
Hmm.
And then he didn't want to raise us in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is great. Not Fort Lauderdale.
Grew up in Florida as well,
Yeah,
so yeah.
so that's great. We're really happy to move here. And so he moved back in the late 90s. And at that point, him and Senior were working together. And then Senior died in a plane crash in Sedona. And then my dad inherited that business and took it over. So that was the late 90s. And then he opened up the flag store and made it what it is today. That's
Yeah.
more or less the official version.
Yeah, so it went from crystal singing bowls and Birkenstocks
And
to
a juice bar.
and a juice bar all the way to what it is now,
Yeah.
which is like a very expanded variety of crystals and tools and really interesting gifts as well, too.
Learning a lot along the way.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely. So now that we got a little bit of the history going on here so I know when my mom started renting that building from your dad, he did offer to let her use the Crystal Magic name within her business name. Can you tell me a little bit, like, kind of how that came about a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So I joined the family business right after that deal kind of went down in like 2020 is when I started. And so I don't necessarily have wasn't there in real time, but what I can say for certain about how my dad views Crystal Magic, the name, and what it would take for him to share that really means he trusted your mom a lot.
Oh yeah,
You know,
definitely. Yeah.
I mean, Crystal Magic is his whole identity,
Hmm.
and so I know that to run that name to Barb meant that he trusted her a lot to do great things with it.
Hmm.
And not only that, but he liked her a lot and felt a connection with her of like, I trust you can build this name alongside what I've done with it,
Hmm.
which is really, really awesome. I mean, and Barb has done such an amazing job
Yeah.
bringing her own skills to it. I don't want to sound like Crystal Magic, the name, has made your mom because that's just so not true.
Right.
But I think
Yes.
the two forces together were like peanut butter and chocolate.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think I've even heard your dad say before, he was like, honestly, like if anybody else was in this building, it wouldn't work.
Mm.
It wouldn't be the same cohesive energy. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be what it is today,
Yeah.
And like a lot of people who come into the psychic center, a lot of you will realize all of the big crystals that we have, like in the front gallery, those all are from Crystal Magic. So with the cohesive relationship that we have, they are able to display the larger pieces that they don't
Mhm.
have room for in the store, and giving it a little bit, like, honestly, having the crystals in that area makes the building and the business like what it is. It's the vibe. It's, the
It's
big,
really special.
yeah, it is. It's something different. And and I'm not knocking any other businesses in Sedona, but honestly, like this is like a one of a kind type of thing because it's two families doing this together, which is really, really cool. And the fact that we can all get along and communicate, and things like that is just going to go to show you how much heart and soul all of us put into these two businesses.
Yeah.
So,
There's something really special and unique about a family business that
mhm,
you can't really learn from the outside,
right,
because if you're fortunate enough to like love your family, then it's wonderful. And if you're fortunate enough to enjoy who you work with, like that's also wonderful. And then
right.
you put the two together and you think it's 100% of the time perfect because you love your family and you love your work. It's like that's just not the case.
No,
Like
it's not.
sometimes
It is not.
sometimes you love every second of it, and sometimes like your family drives you crazy, and,
Yep.
and that's very normal. So, like to have two family businesses next to each other, it's so cool because no matter what's happening, I know that you all understand and we understand, and it's
Mhm.
just this shared energy of like you get it. Like
Yeah.
it's like some days are great, some days are amazing, some days you want to like scream at
Oh,
your
yeah.
boss who's also your parents.
Yeah.
That you can, and no one else would get that.
Right. Yeah. I honestly though, like running a family business is not for the faint of heart. It's not. It's daily work. It's
Mhm.
daily communication. It's, always having to communicate of like, hey, this is going on. What are your thoughts? I want to make sure we're all on the same page before we make the decision and things like that. So like you said, it's so awesome that we all understand each other on that aspect because on the days we either walk into each other's buildings and we're like, bro, I can't do this today. I'm nope, nope, it got too much.
100%.
And really again, guys, like we're all in the same parking lot. Like
Yep.
we literally walk right between both buildings, things like that. And we're always sending people to each other too. That's the cool thing.
Are you aware of what the building was before your mom moved in?
I know it was a clothing store. I think your
Mhm.
mom did the clothing store.
And then before that?
And then I think it was some type of realty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I remember because because I also worked for Crystal Magic too, guys, for a little period of time. And when I started working here, that was like the realty
Mhm.
thing. And they
Mystic
just
Heights Realty.
yeah. And I was like, and when I started working here, I was like, are they even open? Like they
Yeah.
never looked open.
Yeah. And a little tidbit, well, you don't know this, but there was some plans in the works to have like I don't want to name drop on local juicery was considered we were considering renting to a local juicery.
Mhm. Yeah.
Uh, but my dad pivoted late in the game because he we considered like having one parking lot that's direct competition for us, and
Right.
maybe the overlap wouldn't be very great, you know?
Hmm.
So it what a lucky pivot, because I can't think of better synergy, because if you park at Crystal Magic, I guarantee you there's something for you at the cycling center. And if you park at the cycling
Right.
center, I guarantee you there's something at Crystal Magic.
Right.
And it's
Hmm.
like, what else could have that overlap? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, guys, me and my family are so thankful and grateful that, we were able to have this opportunity. And again, the fact that it's two families and there's no corporate,
Mhm.
so we all just can
Right.
kind of flow with how we're going to do things and integrate things, together. So, is there anything else you would like the audience to know about Crystal Magic in general, or?
Oh man, what to tell about Crystal Magic? Well, so when I started, so I went to college. I went to college at U of A for I'm sorry, 6 years. And then I went to college at NAU, which is in Flagstaff, for 4 years, studying biology. And so when I came into the family business, I didn't have like any experience in the new age. When I was growing up, I worked with my dad on building things around the store. My sister was in the store, I was outside on the
Yeah,
roof or whatever.
doing all the manly stuff.
I guess, yeah. Like, I don't know. I like to think my dad just didn't trust me to like face customers, which he was probably right. And my sister was always better at that. But so when I joined, there was a lot to learn. And so I've learned, I didn't really know why people would come to the store. I know
Right.
that seems like an abstract concept, but why would someone go into a grocery store? Well, it's because you need food. Why would someone
Right.
go into a restaurant? Because you want food. Like, it's very basic. And I would think, well, what would cause somebody to come into a crystal store? Like, they can't eat the crystals? You can't eat the crystals.
Don't eat the crystals, okay? Because there's also some toxic
Yeah.
ones, okay?
But I learned right away that the reasons for people coming into the store is numerous. Some people
Hmm.
want spiritual guidance. Plenty of people want to look at pretty things. Some people just want to be wowed by Mother Nature. Like they might not even know what they're coming in for
Right.
until they get in and they see it.
Hmm.
And so, no matter what you might think about the New Age or about crystals or stones, I just can't stress enough that there's so much beautiful stuff in Crystal Magic. You just got to come in and see for yourself, and you got to
Yeah.
allow yourself at least 30 minutes.
But yeah,
You
definitely.
definitely want like an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the special thing about Crystal Magic.
Yeah. And then also too, because I want to say since 2020, the world's waking up.
Mhm.
A lot of people are starting to question their religion and they're wanting to find those tools to help them, get onto a path they want to get onto,
Right. Mhm.
spiritually. And again, like AJ said, like some people just like crystals and they use them for decoration or, things like that. So, but I think where we're getting now is a lot of people are just starting to wake up spiritually. So they go to well-known places to get the information, get the tools, and get
Mhm.
the things that they need to get on their path.
Right.
And it's like more, I'm seeing more and more of this as well. A lot of people like so for example, I've had this wonderful woman come in and I did her aura photo one day. And she was like, honey, she's like, I am, or I think I am a hardcore Christian.
Hmm.
And she was like, I've been going to church since day one. And she goes, honey, I can't go anymore.
Right.
And and this is not racist, like this was a very beautiful like black woman, and she was just like, I loved her heart, I loved her energy. She felt so lost, but I was able to give her the confirmation of what she needed to move forward. And then she went right next to Crystal Magic and got, like, I think she got a few bracelets,
Mhm.
and I think she also picked out I think it was like an oracle deck or something too. It was like angels,
Yeah.
and she went back next to the psychic center before she left, and she was like, "Look what I got!" And I was like, "Yay!"
Yeah.
So, and I'm also realizing too, like a lot of obviously the locals know about us and things like that in Crystal Magic, and we also get a lot of repeat people,
Yes, we do.
like on both sides. And it's not just the locals. Like there's people, I come to Crystal Magic every year. I come to Sedona, and like people make it a point to
Hmm.
come here.
Very true.
So in my mind, we all must be doing something right.
Hmm.
You know what I
I
mean?
agree. Yeah.
I mean, because there's so many businesses that have been in and out of Sedona for a long time. It's like they can't stay.
Yeah, and there's also, you know, every year it seems like another independent crystal shop in Sedona is like bought by someone else who's
Food.
combining crystal
Right.
shops,
Yeah.
and not to say that there's anything untoward about that, but crystal magic has always been and will always be just crystal magic. So
Yeah.
we have no plans or interest in buying another crystal shop under a different name and copying what we do here over there.
Right.
So it's becoming harder to find that unique experience.
Yeah. I
You know,
can totally agree with that.
and
Yeah.
and to touch base on something you said about that story with that woman who came in, that's another beautiful thing about our relationship, having a psychic center next door,
Mhm.
is because people can come into Crystal Magic, but we offer guidance in terms of products and product knowledge and expertise. Like some people just want to come talk to our staff about things, check their understanding.
Right.
What stones are good for this, what stones are good for that. And they don't necessarily have to buy anything that feel with energy of Crystal Magic, which is
Mhm.
great. But the Psychic Center is just way more of a service.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's just another wonderful synergy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So we have people come in all the time and they're like, I thought I was in the crystal store. I'm like, well, you kind of are. I mean, there's crystals everywhere. But I was like, we're more of the services and they're the store next door. And they're like, oh, down the, and I'm like, no, literally in the
Right.
same parking lot. Like, you don't even have to get in your car. You just
Mhm.
walk. And they go, this is cool. So it's like over the last, like, cause I mean, I've been in our family business for, I got in like right as, I'm going to say like at the end of 2020, 2021, is when I came up here and got into it. Like it it has just expanded so much within a short amount of time.
Mhm.
And honestly, again, like the gratitude that our family has that you guys let us do this opportunity and then how it just ended up such a good cohesive relationship as well. And we don't plan on going anywhere.
Yeah, good.
So
Washington, literally, we're sticking around.
and then also too, guys, like just to remind you, there is a Flagstaff location
Mhm.
where his sister Jessica, she runs that location. And how long has that one been open for?
If I remember right, my dad bought the building in 2001. And I'm sorry, it was opening before that. It was open in the 90s, but it was so the Flagstaff store is on San Francisco Street and Route 66 in the downtown Flagstaff. An amazing location, but it wasn't always right on that corner. At one point in the 90s, when we first bought it, it was one door up on San Francisco Street. So not quite.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't on the
It's
corner like it is
Yeah,
now. Okay.
the corner store was an ice cream shop, and in 2001 is when the ice cream shop sold that half of the room to my dad. So you would walk through the
Okay.
ice cream shop, and there was like a beaded like
Curtain type
curtain,
thing.
yeah, and then you walk through there, and then boom, it was Christmas Magic. And so then when my dad bought the ice cream shop, then we renovated that, and that probably opened up in 2002.
Okay.
So that the footprint it is today, probably 22 years.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
And that store is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
My sister's done an amazing job, continues to do an amazing job. And what's really cool about it, as we see more and more like corporate expansion, like how many downtowns do you go to and right in like the premier location, there's like a Starbucks.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
like just a basic corporation. And the Starbucks, in fact, has offered my dad many times to buy that building. And my dad's like, no, because he believes in our mission. But
Right.
it would just be so disappointing of like this quintessential small town in Arizona, and right on the corner is just a Starbucks. But it's
Yeah.
not the case. It's locally owned Crystal Magic,
Yes.
you know?
Yes, guys, support your local businesses.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh-huh. Also, so I want to kind of get into some like little personal questions, quirky questions, things like that. So, my first question for you is where do you see Crystal Magic in 10 years?
10 years.
I know that's like nothing compared to the 40 years it was open, but
Yeah. Well, it's been hard for me to envision running more of the show and like taking on more responsibility
Mhm.
until it hits me.
Right.
So I've just spent the past couple years really trying to tread water, basically.
Hmm.
Because there's so many moving parts and it's so easy to let things slip if you're
Yeah.
not on it.
Hmm.
But I think that's changing now. I think I've got a pretty good grip on it finally. So now I can start moving things forward. So it's a great question. And if I had spent a couple of years thinking about the future, I would have an answer.
Yeah.
But still here, still offering great products,
Mhm.
still I mean our staff, some of our staff members have been here. So
Yeah.
hopefully same staff,
Mhm.
because I love them all.
Yeah.
Uh, but I don't think we have any plans on expanding or opening up any new locations,
Okay.
but if there's any new technologies or new trends going on, then I
Yeah,
would love
definitely.
to grow with that.
Yes. Which, by the way, guys, all of us have social medias. So Crystal Magic has their social media. Sometimes we cross post as well too, and we have our social media. You guys you're on TikTok too,
Yep.
right? So Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram.
Yep.
And then same goes for us. And again, there's times we do cross posts. We'll tag each other in the posts as well. I'm also going to be making a very interesting video for social, so keep an eye out for that, guys.
If you want to see dogs, follow our Instagram. We love to
Yes.
highlight our
Yes.
dogs.
Big animal lovers and dogs are welcome into both locations as well. We are animal friendly. Obviously, don't bring your dog in and just let them run around everywhere.
Yeah,
I
don't do
mean,
that because then they're
yeah.
probably going to go potty, and I have to clean that
Oh, yeah,
up.
definitely. Also, all the shelving in Crystal Magic in both locations have been made by AJ
Mhm.
and Larry as well. So again, the blood, sweat, and tears that we all put into these businesses, like for real.
Yeah, I could have been more elaborate on that, but like my when you walk into either location or and the psychic center, anything that's constructed, walls, shelves, displays, my dad or I have built it
Yes.
with our own hands, full stop.
Hmm.
And we're almost done eliminating all of the glass shelves at the Crystal Magic here with lit custom birch shelves, which is really cool. It's been a fun project.
Hmm.
That's another thing that sets us apart
They
because
look really good though.
they look
They look
really good.
good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of like those earth natural tones, and there's nothing wrong with glass shelves, but everybody has them,
Hmm.
So we have a wood shop behind the store that we use to build everything, and it
Yes.
just gives it another level of us,
Hmm.
expressing the store.
Individuality.
Yeah,
Not following what everybody else does all the
yeah,
time.
right.
Which I think is another cool thing that I think both of our businesses really grab onto is like the authenticity
Yeah.
of things
Mhm.
as well too. So so excited. So moving on a little bit, this is a question that I get asked quite a bit, and I do know most of the answers to this, but can you tell the listeners where you guys get a lot of your crystals from? Now, I know you guys go to a lot of gem shows and things, but there's more in that.
Mhm.
So maybe give us a little idea of like where a lot of these come from, or if there's like a favorite type of vendor that you like or anything like that.
Yeah, sure. So we go to two main gem shows, and one of them is in Tucson, Arizona, which is about 4 hours south of here, and that is in January.
Hmm.
And that is the largest gem and mineral show in North America, which we're just so lucky to have in our backyard. It's probably goes on for like 5 weeks. We
Yeah.
spend about 2 weeks there
Hmm.
and just go balls to the wall. It's like nonstop
We
action.
want this one, this one, this one, this
And
one.
I've got this this folder, carrying folder with all of our organization notes about what we need, what we don't need.
Hmm.
And it's like 60 pages, and I'm like constantly flipping. My sister's like, "Do we need this?" I'm flipping. Check yes. What's the price?
Yeah.
But we do business with a couple different vendors. I mean,
Okay.
I would say we probably do business with a couple hundred vendors at a time.
Hmm.
One would at a show. I mean, but the bulk of what we buy is probably done with like 15 or 20.
Okay.
And what's really cool is they're all so nice.
Mhm.
Like if you're selling at a gem show and they're not friendly, we just don't want to do business with you.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like if we don't have any sort of connection, it's like, "Oh, okay, well, that's fine. I'm just going to keep moving,
Yeah.
and we get things from China, from Russia, from India, from Pakistan, from South America, from Mexico. I mean, you name it. But
Yeah.
what's really cool is the people that we've been buying from. We've been buying from them for decades.
Okay.
And
So
so
long, like nice relationships with
yeah,
these
yeah,
people.
which really matters.
Yeah.
And my dad has told me like we'll pass these booths. So the way it works is you can have a booth or you can have a tent or you can have a building there, and it all depends on how much you want to pay basically.
Hmm.
So my dad will say, well, this vendor who has this whole big tent that's probably 100 feet long by 100 feet wide, he started off with a table right here selling out of boxes.
Uh-huh.
And now look at what he's accomplished or what she's accomplished. And it's so cool to hear those stories.
Yeah.
And I truly do believe that the people who are building their wholesale business are doing so because they have really good practices and stand by their products and they're doing
Yes.
right by their
Mhm.
customers. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think the length of time that we've been doing business with some of these people is a really good sign that we trust their practices and the products that they sell.
Yes. Yes. Love that. Got good relationships all around, guys.
Yeah, it's really important. It's
It
all
it
it's all
is.
about relationships.
Because there's some shiesty people.
Yes, there are. And
Some shiesties.
we've been burned, I mean,
Oh yeah.
you really try hard not to, but in the throes of a show when you're going fast, mistakes can happen. And then sometimes we come back and we have expert crystal knowers here on staff and we'll pull some out and they'll go, "That's not good." And I go, boy, and then we test it and it's not jade. And then we have to, change everything and be honest. And we don't go, oh, shush, nobody knows.
No,
We're always honest,
there's integrity, guys.
and then we know, okay,
Integrity.
don't go back to that vendor.
Yeah, right.
And you learn from that.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I've even ran into some of that stuff when I used to work at Crystal Magic, and
Yeah.
me and one of the other employees would be like, I don't think that's what that is. And then we got lights and like all this other, we're weighing it,
Yeah,
like
you're weighing it,
we're
they're
like,
scratching it,
yeah,
test, and then acid dripper out. It's like a full chemistry lab.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Just like I think that big piece of Amazonite that's in the front at the center, they're like, is that turquoise? And I'm like, no.
That was turquoise. It would not be up.
Yeah, it would not be up there. And good luck finding a piece that big, guys. Because that's. I'm just like, yeah, no, it's not. It's Amazonite.
Yeah, turquoise is tough.
Yes, yes. So speaking of crystals, what is your favorite crystal? Or do you have a few of them?
Sure. Yeah. So my favorite crystal, hands down. Well, I guess this doesn't count because it's a stone, but I love char.
Okay.
I love charolite so much that it's in my wedding band. There's
Really?
this cool company called Staghead Designs where you can send them a stone and they will cut out what they need and they will use the same material from that stone in multiple lengths. So my wife and I's wedding band has the same charolite piece in it,
Oh, that's
which is really
cool.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Unconditional love, lucid dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
I love the color purple, so it all fits.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of those milky colored stones like malachite. It was between charlotte and malachite.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
ring. Yeah. And then in terms of crystal, it's hematoid quartz
Okay.
for sure.
All right.
There's something so cool, and I know to get like the deep reds, they heat it.
Yeah.
It is just so beautiful. I mean, just
Mm-hmm.
incredibly like. Some people really like natural clear quartz, and that's beautiful in its own right. But I like it
Mm-hmm.
in those things.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm a big fan of
Definitely.
hematoid quartz and like rhodolite.
Yeah.
Like when you can look into a piece of quartz and it looks like you're flying through another galaxy. That's just
Yes.
like honestly, if you could shrink down like Miss Frizzle and then like fly into there, it's like you'd be in space. It's
Oh,
so
yeah,
cool. Planets
definitely.
and gas and nebulas.
Yeah.
It's
So have you noticed with some of those types of crystals though, when you're wearing it or you have it on you all the time, do you notice that it grows? Like it grows things on the inside of
oh
it?
my goodness, I've never noticed that.
Yeah. So I almost want to say like take one of those pieces
Mhm.
and wear it for about a month and see how it grows on
Check
the
it out again.
inside and see how it changes.
Wow.
Because also like not is it only helping you with certain things with your energy and things like that, it'll hold on to those things. I feel like sometimes crystals hold codes
Right.
as well, because they, hold frequency as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I almost want to like wear a piece for a month and see how it changes.
I will do that. That's exciting.
Like I think my mom has, I can't remember. I know she has a Sacred 7 one that has changed and grown while she's wore it. And then she also has, I think she has a rutilated quartz too, where there was more stuff growing into it as she
Mhm.
wore it. So I think it would be cool to see how you would experience that and, come back and let the people know.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a great idea. Follow up, stay tuned.
Let's kind of get into a spooky aspect real quick.
Okay.
So, I've had experiences in both buildings
Mhm.
myself, and I know my sister has, and I know some of the other employees have had experiences in Crystal Magic.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that?
I've had many experiences at the Flagstaff store.
Yeah, that one. Which
Yeah,
also was what was the show they were on?
they've had a couple. I can't remember. It's unfortunate because all the names are kind of the same.
Yeah, I know.
It's like Ghost Hunters. If you go to our website, crystalmagic.com, and you hit the About Us tab, you can search our flag store, and there's a History Channel link right there that will
Mhm.
show you the spooky ghost adventure show that filmed there.
Mhm.
But yeah, for the uninitiated, downtown Flagstaff is very haunted,
Oh
very
yeah, very
active,
haunted, yes.
and many instances of those hauntings occur at in Flagstaff, like inside on the floor of the store in our basement.
Mhm.
I've had many experiences there. In Sedona, I haven't had too many, but I have had the typical knocking, like
Mhm.
particularly when I'm staying late, fixing the shelf or cleaning the carpets or something.
Yeah.
People like not people, well, maybe people will just like knock on the doors and knock on the windows, and
Mhm.
I'll walk out because Sedona's a sleepy town. If there's no one's going to be knocking on the window at 8 p.m.
Right,
and no
yeah.
one's there, I'm going, oh, okay, well, my
Well,
my,
hi.
my dad thinks it's senior, just like checking up on.
Oh yeah, well, because that's gonna kind of bring me into an experience that I had while working at Crystal Magic. It was the time when you guys got in the penises and the vaginas, the
Mhm.
stones,
Which ones?
like all of the different colored, like the bigger
Yeah.
ones, the
Oh, yeah.
smaller ones, and they were all in like one glass case.
Mhm.
And so there was me and another employee at the time, and we were closing for the night. And this was also when you guys were still open at 9.
Yeah, it seems
So,
late.
yeah. So we're closing and everything, and then all of a sudden, it seemed like someone or something hit that entire glass case, and they all just fell over.
Mhm.
The case itself didn't fall over. It was just everything in the case
Wow.
fell over.
Mm.
And then me and the other employee that were there, we were like, "That was senior. He doesn't like
He
these."
doesn't like it. I find that 100%.
Like, totally. And then I think we fixed it, and then the next day I think whoever opened, everything knocked
Mhm.
over again.
Sure.
Yeah, and like, "I don't like these. They're inappropriate."
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So, I
That's
mean
wild. I haven't heard of stories like that in
mhm.
Sedona, but yeah, Flagstaff definitely.
Yeah.
When my sister was on maternity leave and I was covering for her, I would routinely walk in and it would just be stuff on my god.
Yeah.
Stuff had flown off the shelf, and I'd
Mhm.
go, okay, well, thank you, Spirit. I'll pick that up. Don't worry, I got it.
I'll be like, "Clean up after yourself."
Yeah, I don't know. And I know that when I'm working in the basement, I actually, so she's done a lot of cleansings there,
Mhm.
and different people have come and done seances. And I think my sister has a much more intimate relationship with those spirits than I do.
Right.
So when I was covering for her, I felt like an introvert.
Yeah.
And so I did everything I could to just walk in and be very cool and recognize that honestly, it was their space that I was walking into.
Mm.
So whenever I was in the basement, I would just talk to myself. And I would turn the lights on, just go, oh, it's having a good day. Let me go see what's down here. Oh, don't hit your head on this, but don't beat me up. But
Yeah.
I also think maybe it would be good to like let everybody know. Like I'm in here, I'm in the basement, like
Yeah.
I don't mean anything. But my number one rule was when I was fixing a light or screwing something, when I was working very close to a wall over my head or something, my number one rule was just don't turn around. And it wasn't because I didn't think I was going to see something, but once you start peeking over your shoulder, you kind of get panicked.
Yeah, you get a little
It's
paranoid.
the first step to like running out of the basement, getting a coffee. So that was my rule. I'm like, I'm just not going to turn around because if anything's happening back there, I'm safe. But if they want to do something, that's fine. That's their
Yeah.
prerogative.
Yeah. Yeah. Lordy, lordy. Yeah,
It's
so,
powerful stuff here.
oh, yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely, like, I don't think people realize how serious this stuff can actually be.
Yeah. Oh, and there's also the phantom movement alarm that triggers when the psychics
Yeah.
a couple times a year, every year for no reason.
And yeah, we don't know what it
No
is,
idea what it is.
who
I tell it's funny that you bring this up because I always tell you guys, oh, it's probably just a spider calling from the sensor. And I go to that sensor and there's
Mhm.
no spider. So,
Right.
but I'm like, well, I'm just gonna tell them not to let they try it, and not like it's Casper or somebody just having a dance in the middle of the
Well,
room.
I will tell you though, there has been multiple times where me, my mom, or my sister have pulled up the cameras after we're closed, and we see this dark shadow walking down that back hallway,
Yeah,
and it just walks back and forth, and that's all it does.
yeah.
And then we also have a summertime ghost who
Oh.
it's only during the summertime. And this is even after we replaced the whole radio and everything,
Mhm.
AJ. Every summer we have a radio ghost who turns it off.
Well,
Just turns it off.
you're not playing the right
Or
music.
or it'll all of a sudden just stop playing, but everything will still be on, but the
Mhm.
music just stops as if somebody paused it.
Right.
And it's like we have internet connection, everything's connected. What the heck? And it's
Mhm.
only during the summer.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
So and even after we replaced the receiver
Yep,
and
we've
all
replaced
of that,
everything in there.
it still happens. And like I actually it freaked out somebody at the center and they're like, why did it turn off? And I was like, oh, it's just our summertime
Mhm.
radio ghost. He's cool.
Yeah. That was something I had to learn when I joined because I didn't
Hmm.
know I came from an academic background, so I was a bit closed-minded to that stuff, and I would
Hmm.
always be like, "Well, there has to be some basic scientific explanation for this
Right.
stuff." And
Yeah.
then the more that you're around it, you realize that that's kind of like you could try it,
Yeah.
like you could come up with something plausible, but it starts to strain credulity.
Hmm.
And like the easiest explanation is like it's unexplainable. I just don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know?
But a lot of people are starting to realize too how like physics and science are really starting to intertwine with spirituality.
Absolutely.
And it's all being like recorded and everybody like there's physical numbers and evidence of what's going on during a channel or mediumship or something like that.
Right.
So I think it's really cool that a lot of the science is starting to come up and
Mm.
what we do,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing with crystals. So we've played around with our aura photo machine a little bit at times, and we've had somebody hold a crystal in their hand while they're getting their photo, and then we have them put the crystal down and then do the aura photo again,
Mhm.
completely different colors.
Yep.
So, like, it's so cool how, like, again, like everything is just in the same parking lot for y'all. Like, I don't understand how much easier this can get.
It's so much fun.
It is. It is. So, and so here's where I'm going to go with this a little bit. So obviously you said you're a little bit more open to the spiritual stuff now.
Mhm.
Where are you at with that? Are you practicing anything, or are you just kind of open to different experiences, or how what do you want to do with that?
I'm very much in, in receiving mode.
Okay.
You know, I don't practice anything other than saging, which I got my wife into. And sometimes I mean, I'm sure everyone's been there. You walk into your house after a vacation, or there was some big trauma that happened.
Hmm.
It just feels stale and cramped in here, and we just need a reset.
Yep.
So we do that. We certainly have some stones and crystals around our house, but I don't actively engage with them. Other than my wedding band, I don't wear anything, but I do just to give it some credit, like when after a gem show, when I'm spending days, 8-hour days in the warehouse, pricing things and checking things in,
Hmm.
it is unbelievable how hard it is to spend that much time around all of those crystals. And it's
Yes.
completely, it just will catch you off guard of like your head starts to buzz, you get really hot and you can't focus, or you get really energetic, and then you leave, you go to lunch, and you're just exhausted.
Yep.
I haven't even done anything. So I absolutely completely know the effect, the physical effect that all those crystals can have on you.
Oh yeah.
I just don't have any active ways of using that. But
Okay. Well, you want to know. You know where we are.
yeah, absolutely. Right next door.
Well, we're kind of coming to the end of our episode. Is there anything else you would like our listeners to know, watch out for, anything like that?
Thank you so much for inviting me. This
Yes.
is pretty cool.
Yes.
Uh, I know that the story of crystal magic is hard to capture in just one conversation, but
Right.
hopefully we've done a good enough job to give you a little bit of the personality behind the stories,
Hmm.
and that's not to say that we haven't even mentioned the leaders that you guys have.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Kathy, our manager, or Sarah,
Hmm.
our assistant manager, or
Hmm.
Kyle, Angela. I mean, when you come, and hopefully you come, And if you come to Sedona,
You will come. That's
just
coming.
if you're staying at any of the hotels, just ask any of the concierges. They're like,
Yep.
"What about crystal stores?" And I promise you, they will say crystal.
Yep.
We don't pay them for that.
Nope.
They just understand how special the store is, and you know, we would love it if you came and visited. It's
Yeah.
so much fun, and just have fun. Just you don't have to set out to have any expectation of what to do here.
Yeah.
Just to have fun and experience the stores because it's incredible.
Yes. And another cool thing about the store itself too is they actually have little cards next to all the crystals. So they let you know what properties that crystal has. So, and this is where us as the psychic readers and everything, we go, follow your intuition. If you are being drawn to a specific stone, you don't need to know the name of it quite
Sure.
yet. Look at
Mhm.
that card and see why you are being drawn to that stone. And it
Yep.
always lines up.
Always like
Always.
yeah, just walk around and just touch. Just pick up and like
hmm
pick up, hold it, walk around and just feel it. That's
hmm
another big it's people I know it can be scary. You don't want to like pick things up and you don't want to touch things, which is like you want to be careful obviously, but
Yeah.
you won't get the full experience unless you touch,
Yes.
feel and grab and hold.
Yes.
And then it'll just flip a switch in your brain of like, oh my gosh, I feel so much different with this stone. What is this stone? And yeah, you'll read the card and you're like, oh my, that's exactly what I need.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Every time. It always lines up that way every time. And I've seen it from both ends because I've worked in the store and then I'm also on the other side of that too. So I have like this whole perspective of, wow, this really is a cool dynamic here. And honestly, I can agree with you and your dad though. I feel like if anybody else or another type of business was in that building, it wouldn't work. And I'm not saying that out of ego or cockiness, guys. Really, I'm not. But I've seen it. I've seen it. Other things that don't work. And I even feel if somebody else did some type of psychic business in that building,
Right,
it still wouldn't have worked.
right. Not as well as this. I
Right.
mean, this is
Yeah.
truly something
Yes.
special. And
Yes.
and I think it's because your mom experienced crystal magic for years and just in this small, humble beginnings in this
Yeah.
building,
Yeah.
but she didn't walk into like a fully outfitted she built it
Nope. Yep.
really
She
from
did.
nothing, just like my dad built this from really humble beginnings. So
hmm
that understanding is like you can't buy that understanding.
No,
Like
you
that's gotta
can't.
come from
Yep.
years.
It does. It does. Well, AJ, thank you so much for coming on the podcast with me.
It's
I'm sure we'll speak again. And maybe have some different other episodes as
cool.
well. And again, guys, like look out for our social medias. I'm planning on a cool little video showing everybody the whole setup between both buildings, the businesses, and things like that.
A little behind the scenes tour.
Yeah, yeah, like a little behind the scenes walkthrough tour. Just to give you guys an idea of like, oh, I'm visiting Sedona. I'd like to see how this looks. And
Mhm.
so there you go. Again, we're making it easier for you. Well, AJ, thank you again so, so much. And again,
Pleasure.
all of us are so thankful that we can have this relationship and cohesiveness together as two family ran businesses. And, to many more years,
Absolutely.
really, to many more years. And
Mhm.
guys, check out both our websites. We got crystalmagic.com. And then we also have crystalmagicpsychiccenter.com where you can look at the readers and book online as well. And you can also buy online, correct, at Crystal Magic. So even if you're not here physically in Sedona, you can peruse the website, pick out some awesome stuff, and they ship it to you.
Yep. $5 flat rate shipment to anywhere in the contiguous US. And your first order, you get a free Sedona Jasper stuff. And
Cool.
everything here is charged with the energy of Sedona, which
Yeah.
don't downplay. It's very unique here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, yeah, because even just living in Cottonwood too, like driving from Cottonwood to Sedona, it's like you feel the energy like
Right.
get more and more intense in a good way. In a good way. I mean, we're used to it
We're
anyways.
we're used to it.
Well, guys, check us out for another episode. If you guys have any questions or you have any ideas or you just want to say hi, drop a comment, follow us, subscribe, all that jazz. You know the drill. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later and stay magical.